thought it would be a fun video to talk about the metal mascots that have graced albums throughout metal history. The iconic mascots that when you look at them, you know they're from that band. Today we're going over metal mascots that shaped fucking metal. So before I start, pop your favorite mascots down below and also tell me the mascots you don't like. So let's start. Let's talk about Snaggletooth. What a fascinating mascot this is. Take a good look at it. This is Motorhead's mascot, and any metal fan who sees it knows fucking immediately it's Snaggletooth, and it's from fucking Motorhead. Snaggletooth, also known as War Pig, is impossible to miss. It's everywhere on album covers, shirts, patches, you fucking name it. What makes Snaggletooth so interesting is its design. To me, it's always looked like a mix of a fucking boar, gorilla, and even a dog, but it's actually not based on any real creature. This menacing hybrid was created in the 1970s by the artist Joe Battagno with input from Lemmy himself. The idea behind Snaggletooth was to represent Motorhead's core values: rebellion, strength, and no-nonsense bullshit attitude. It's a perfect embodiment of their fast-paced, genre-defying music that blends rock and metal into something loud and fucking apologetic. Snaggletooth's versatility is another reason it's so iconic. It's been reimagined in countless forms. On Snakebite Love, it took on the shape of a serpent. On We Are Motorhead, it became a warrior wielding a scythe, as if rising from the fucking underground, or like a fucking zombie, ready to fucking strike. It even appeared as a logo on a bomber plane, a nod to Motorhead's aggression and speed. No matter how it's represented, Snaggletooth feels like a part of the band's DNA, an ever-changing yet instantly recognizable symbol. Personally, I think Snaggletooth is one of the most unique and iconic mascots in metal. The more you look at it, the more you see what Motorhead stands for. Like, it's rebellious, relentless, and unforgettable. Let's talk about Vic Rattlehead, one of the most recognizable mascots in heavy metal history. If you've ever looked at a Megadeth album cover, you've probably seen this skeletal figure with his mouth, ears, and eyes bound, a visual representation of the phrase "see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil." Vic isn't just a cool piece of art, he's a symbol of the themes Megadeth explores in their music, from political corruption to societal decay. Vic Rattlehead was created by Dave Mustaine himself, and the first appeared on Megadeth's debut album, Killing Is My Business, but Business Is Good. And business is good, you fucking retard. The character was designed to represent censorship and blind obedience, embodying the darker truths that Megadeth often brings to light in their lyrics. The name Vic Rattlehead comes from victim, a nod to those who suffer under oppressive systems. So deep now when you fucking research it. Over time, Vic Rattlehead has evolved in his appearance, taking on different forms while maintaining his core identity. In Peace Sells by Who's Buying, Vic stands in front of a desolate, I think, United Nations building. I got the fucking CD. A stark image of global destruction. On Rust in Peace, he's reimagined as a futuristic overseer, standing alongside world leaders, reflecting the album's themes of war and conspiracy. His presence on The Sick, The Dying, and The Dead, the brand new album, continues to push the visual boundaries, keeping him relevant to fucking new generations. He's such an interesting mascot. He's a reflection on Megadeth's identity, easily. His skeletal form and bound senses serve as a constant reminder of the dangers and ignorance, corruption, and apathy. Every time you see Vic, it's like a call to action. Question authority. Think for yourself, and don't let the world silence you. Get away from the oppression. His evolution over the decades mirrors the growth of Megadeth itself, and his message remains as powerful today as it was in the 1980s. Let's talk about Violent Mind. He is the demonic, monstrous figure often associated with Creator, one of the pioneering bands in thrash metal. Emerging during the band's classic era, Violent Mind first appeared on the cover of the groundbreaking 1989 album Coma of Souls, I think. Oh, I don't think it was released in 1989. Since then, this mascot has become a recurring presence in Creator's visual identity, representing their dark and aggressive music. Violent Mind is typically depicted as a twisted, rage-filled humanoid, often shown with fucking glowing eyes, distorted facial features, and a almost feral expression. This mascot is more abstract and surreal than some other metal mascots, but its haunting imagery perfectly captures Creator's themes of violence, societal collapse, and inner turmoil. The artwork for Coma of Souls features a fucking microscopic close-up of Violent Mind's warped, screaming face, and also, I think, his brain as well. This image encapsulates the chaos and raw power of Creator's music, acting as a visual representation of the primal rage and intensity that defines their sound. Unlike mascots like Eddie or Vic Rattlehead, a Violent Mind hasn't appeared on every single fucking album cover, but remains a consistent figure in Creator's visual aesthetic. It re-emerges in subtle ways, like in Coma of Souls, where the design shifts slightly, and again in later works like Violent Revolution, tying the mascot to the band's progression through decades of thrash metal dominance. While Violent Mind may not be as iconic as some of metal's other mascots, it has become a recognizable symbol within like the thrash and extreme metal world, the communities. Its chaotic, abstract design matches Creator's innovative approach to blending thrash metal with death metal as well, and other fucking genres, reflecting their ever-evolving yet consistently aggressive sound. Violent Mind stands as a pretty underrated mascot, but deeply effective mascot. We now go over to Deathbat. The Deathbat, the iconic mascot of Avenged Sevenfold, and it has become one of the most recognizable symbols in modern metal. This skeletal bat with a grinning skull for a head embodies the band's blend of darkness, aggression, and melody, while also serving as a unifying symbol for their passionate fan base. The Deathbat was created early in the band's career, if I remember, by their close friend and artist Micah Montague. It made its first major appearance on Avenged Sevenfold's debut album. Don't say it didn't, because it fucking well did. If you have a look at the actual album cover and you see the Avenged Sevenfold logo, there's a bat behind it. So don't say it isn't. It is there, you cunts. Over the years, the Deathbat has evolved in style, appearing prominently on album covers, merchandise, and even as tattoos for fans that want the Deathbat on their arm or leg or penis. The mascot is a representation of the band's music, which mixes the macabre and the melodic, the heavy and the intricate. The bat wings symbolize, like, to me, freedom and power, while the skull reflects the darker, edgier themes presented in Avenged Sevenfold's lyrics and aesthetics. The Deathbat has been reimagined in various ways across Avenged Sevenfold's discography. On City of Evil, it took on like a fiery demon epic form that matched the album's grandiose style. For Nightmare, the Deathbat was given a haunting gothic twist fitting the album's darker themes and serving a tribute to the drummer The Rev. On Hail to the King, it was depicted in a battle-ready design emphasizing the album's medieval and classic rock influences. Beyond album art, the Deathbat has also been brought to life in the band's live shows, usually animated music videos, and whether soaring above a live stage or blazoned on a fucking t-shirt, the Deathbat continues to be a defining part of Avenged Sevenfold's identity and legacy. So, next mascot is Narrenheinz. Is the iconic gas mask wearing mascot of Sodom, one of the big four of German thrash metal. This mysterious and menacing figure has been a staple of the band's imagery since 1987's album Persecution Mania, and it perfectly represents Sodom's aggression, war-themed aesthetics. Mascot is most recognizable by his military-style helmet, gas mask, and rugged post-apocalyptic appearance. His name is derived from Narre, a German slang word for gun, reflecting his ties to warfare and violence. The mascot has become a visual embodiment of Sodom's lyrical focus on themes, war, death, and human destruction. The gas mask symbolizes survival in hostile environments, a perfect metaphor for Sodom's raw and unrelenting music, which has also thrived in the often chaotic landscape of heavy metal. With every appearance, Narrenheinz exudes an aura of danger and defiance, mirroring the band's sound. Narrenheinz has become a defining mascot in the world of thrash metal. Like, everyone fucking knows Narrenheinz. Often compared to icons like Rattlehead and even Eddie, he's a symbol of Sodom's unrelenting aggression and dedication to exploring darker themes of humanity and conflict. So, let's talk about the guy. The sinister, shadowy figure that has become the face of Disturbed. Unlike many mascots in metal, the guy is a modern but yet edgy creation that reflects the band's, intense energy and confrontational themes. I'm not saying that Disturb is intense. I'm just saying that the lyrics are quite intense. Whether grinning menacingly or charging into the fucking battle, the guy perfectly captures the rebellious spirit of Disturbed's music. Over time, the guy evolved into a full-bodied figure thanks to the artist Todd McFarlane, who gave him his signature menacing look and dark shadowy presence. The name The Guy reflects the band's everyman ethos. I actually think The Guy was featured on 10,000 Fists in the Air. That was the first time he was featured on an album cover. He's not some outerworldly being. He's a representation of rage, rebellion, and individuality. The guy isn't just a mascot. He's a symbol of empowerment. The guy also serves as a unifying feature for the band's fan base. The guy reflects the strength and unity the fans find in Disturbed's music. The guy has become one of the most sort of recognizable mascots, especially in modern metal. His appearance on album covers, like merchandise, and even animated music videos like Land of Confusion has cemented him as an icon. Now we go on to Roy, often referred to simply as the Grim Reaper, is the skeletal figure that serves as the mascot of Children of Bodom, one of the most iconic melodic death metal bands to emerge from Finland. This hooded figure with his ever-presented scythe has appeared on nearly all the band album covers, I think, representing their themes of death, chaos, and that icy brutality of Finnish metal. Roy's design is a classic yet menacing. A cloaked skeletal figure wielding a massive scythe embodying death itself. While the Grim Reaper is a universal symbol in various cultures, Children of Bodom gave him a distinct personality that feels deeply tied to their music, lyrics, and dark aesthetics. The name Roy was a humorous internal nickname apparently used by the band for their mascot. Over time, fans adopted the name as well, turning it into an affectionate way to refer to this chilling figure. His visual style shifts slightly across albums, but his core identity as a harbinger of doom and death remains consistent. Roy is such a interesting visual representation of Children of Bodom. He's a beloved symbol for their fan base. His image is featured prominently on band merchandise like t-shirts, patches, and even tattoos, making him one of the most recognizable mascots in modern metal. Let's talk about Jack-O-Lantern, the pumpkin-headed mascot of Halloween, and quite possibly the quirkiest metal mascot of them all. While most bands go for death, doom, or destruction with their mascots, Halloween decide, hey, let's make pumpkin metal. And honestly, it's brilliant. Jack-o'-lantern is a fun, cheeky character that perfectly captures the band's mix of power metal intensity, and tongue-in-cheek humor. Jack is no ordinary Jack-o'-lantern. He's a versatile little guy who's been everything from a grinning fucking pumpkin on the band's debut album, Walls of Jericho, to a battle-ready warrior on an album I can't remember. Sometimes he's mischievous, sometimes he's heroic, and other times he's just there to remind you that power metal can be both epic and fun, and sometimes he's just a mountain of snow. What makes Jack stand out is how Halloween uses him to match the tone of the music. But he's never overly serious, but always fits the album's vibe, whether it's charging in a battle or just chilling with a sly grin. And let's be real, who wouldn't want a mascot with a face that screams, "Let's fight, dragons!" He reminds us that metal can be fun and just without losing its edge. Plus, his endless transformations prove he's the ultimate shapeshifter in the metal mascot game. Eddie might be a pharaoh, but can he be a pie-filling warrior? Jack says, hold my cider. Let's take a moment to appreciate Murray, the horned demon mascot of Dio, who perfectly captures the epic and mystical vibe of Ronnie James Dio's music. If there were a most metal demon competition, Murray would enter, throw the horns and claim the crown without breaking a sweat. Unlike some mascots who might be cartoonish or abstract, Murray is all about commanding fucking presence, danger, and a bit of mystery. Everything Dio's music embodies. Murray first appeared on the cover of Dio's debut album, Holy Diver, back in 1983, where he's shown standing ominously over a chained priest in stormy waters. The visual sparked immediate intrigue and even controversy, I believe, with some interpreting it as anti-religious. So Murray is fascinating, he really is. He's menacing but layered, much like the themes Dio explored in his lyrics. Murray's design screams classic heavy metal. Towering horns, glowing eyes, and a massive frame, all wrapped in an aura of demonic power. He's like a mindless fucking brute. He looks like he could crush you when he looks at you and outwit you at the same time. Murray isn't your average mascot. He's a force of nature. He doesn't just stand there looking cool. He means something. Whether he's towering over chaos or lurking in the shadows, Murray represents the duality of Dio's music, the clash between light and darkness, power and vulnerability, hero and villain. Murray is a fucking metal icon. If you look at Murray, you know it's from Dio. His appearance on Dio's album covers are instantly recognizable, and he's inspired countless pieces of fan art, tattoos, and even merchandise. He's also a reminder of Dio's unmatched ability to tell vivid, fantastic fucking stories that resonate deeply with you. And this video is getting way too long. Look, I got some other mascots, but I'd love to talk, but we're wrapping this up. Let's talk about Eddie. Hello, Eddie, the undisputed king of heavy metal mascots. If there's one symbol that's synonymous with metal, it's this undead, ever-changing figure. Eddie is... It's not just a mascot. He's the lifeblood of Iron Maiden, representing their adventurous fucking spirit, dark storytelling, and epic heavy metal music. He's appeared on every single album cover, concert poster, and a piece of merchandise since their 1980 debut, and he's evolved into one of the most iconic characters in fucking metal history. Not just metal, in music history. Eddie's origins date back to Iron Maiden's early days, with a paper mache head with glowing eyes hung above the stage during their live shows. This rough design evolved into the now legendary Eddie we now know today, thanks to artist Derek Riggs. I think it's Derek Riggs, who illustrated Eddie's first full appearance on Iron Maiden's self-titled debut album, Iron Maiden. Initially envisioned as a punkish zombie, Eddie quickly grew into a multifaceted character who could adapt to any story or theme Iron Maiden explored. Eddie's chameleon-like ability to transform has made him endlessly fascinating, like he's a metamorphosis. Debut album, Eddie's a wild-eyed street punk zombie, perfectly reflecting the raw, rebellious energy of the band's earliest sound. Killers, Eddie becomes a mass murderer. He's wielding a fucking axe. Eddie embodies a darker, more menacing persona. The Number of the Beast, released in 1983 or 82. Eddie becomes the puppet master, controlling Satan himself, a bold and controversial design. Then we had Power Slave. He turns into a sphinx, transforms into an Egyptian pharaoh, mirroring the album's grand epic themes. Somewhere in Time, my favorite album by them, a futuristic fucking cyborg. Eddie stalks a neon-drenched dystopian city holding a fucking gun. The Book of Souls also. Eddie dons an ancient tribal look representing the album's themes of mortality. And we got Senjutsu. Eddie becomes a samurai. Yeah. And then like X Factor, he becomes like a decaying corpse. Fucking Fear the Dark, he becomes a tree. Anyway, Eddie's design changes with each album, but his skeletal grin and menacing demeanor remain constant, making him instantly recognizable. Eddie isn't just like a mascot, he's a storyteller. Every time he appears, he's bringing a new fucking narrative to life, whether it's battling the devil, leading a charge in a military trench, such as A Matter of Life and Death, or exploring ancient civilizations, or going into a Mardi Gras, or going into some kind of weird orgy. Maiden explore a wide range of themes without ever losing their identity, but Eddie's appeal goes beyond his visual impact. He embodies the rebellious, fearless spirit of heavy metal itself. He's a guy who doesn't conform, doesn't compromise, and never looks back, never backs down, just like Iron Maiden's music. Eddie is a gold standard of Mascots, inspiring countless other bands create their own sort of characters. He's been brought to life on stage as towering animatronics shooting at Bruce Dickinson. I've actually seen that live, and even appeared on like a Maiden's custom Boeing 747 Ed Force One. Fans around the world tattoo Eddie on their bodies, wear his face on t-shirts, and carry him as a banner of their love for Iron Maiden. Eddie is the best mascot. He's my favorite mascot. He's a metal legend. He's a shapeshifter, a storyteller, and the ultimate visual representation of Iron Maiden. From his punk beginnings to his ancient and samurai legacies, Eddie's amazing. He's guiding fans through decades of incredible music and unforgettable imagery. Simply put, there's no mascot in metal or any genre that can top Eddie. So up the irons. So yeah, that's it for the mascot video. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Let me know in the comments below your favorite mascots. Also, let me know your worst mascots as well. And let me know what I've missed. I did have more of the list, but this video is way too long. So let me know in the comments below. It's been fun, and I'll see you in the next one.